Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary, and today we're going to be doing our weekly reading wrap-up, and we've got a lot to talk about. First, let me get to a couple quick announcements. So I wanted to thank some new subscribers here. We've got Charlie Page, Scientist Reading World, and Samantha Salas. Thank you guys for subscribing. It means the world to me, and I couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you. We've got, coming this week, we have a giant birthday book haul. I've been getting so many books for my birthday that I'm just gonna put them all together in one big haul video, so that'll be coming soon. And next weekend we'll have a live show talking about Senlin Ascends with Ryan from Seeking Stories, Klaus from The Contradictor, Joanna, and Ellen from Library of Alexandria. So more information on that very soon. I'm so excited about that. Now, I finished 4 books this week, so let's just get on to the reading because there's so much to talk about. So the first book that I finished was The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick. This book was so good, so fun. 4.5 out of 5 stars. My review is up. I'll link that in the description below. I really enjoyed this book so much. It was so fun. It was so captivating. The writing was addictive. I just wanted to keep reading. I can't wait for the second book to come out later this year. That's going to be so exciting to see where this story goes. And we're going to be doing a live show with Leslie at the Nerdy Narrative and some of her friends coming in, I think, the second week of May. So look for more information on that too. After Mask of Mirrors, I finished Air Awakens by Elise Kova, and I gave this 3 stars out of 5. My favorite part of this book was the setting. It was in this castle with magic floating around and rumors of magic and a great library, both a magical library and like a normal library, and you guys know how much I love libraries. So 3 stars for Air Awakens. I also finally finished Brothers Karamazov. You know, I've been reading this since like February, and then I switched to the audiobook, which made it go so much faster and so much easier, and I gave this initial rating 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think once I do some more digging into the history of Russian literature and everything that's going on at the time, it might bump up to 4 stars, but I absolutely loved this. Listening to the audiobook was like listening to a Russian soap opera. It was so much fun and so engaging, and I loved it so much. So Brothers Karamazov, I have finally finished. A review will be coming very soon, hopefully this week on this. It was like a month after the rest of the group finished it, but I don't care because it was so fun. And then the last book that I finished, I just finished this yesterday, is Poison Study by Maria Snyder, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. This is very similar to Air Awakens, but I enjoyed this one more than Air Awakens. I thought the characters were better and the plot was more developed. And there will also be a review, hopefully this week, coming on Poison Study also. 4 out of 5 stars. Now, on to our current reads. So, I finished Poison Study last night. I started Django by Terry Pratchett, and this is book, I believe, 4 in the City Watch series, part of the Discworld series, and I'm enjoying this a lot so far. This feels like totally different than the other books that I've read so far, but I'm really enjoying Terry Pratchett's writing and Django, and it's a great kind of palate cleanser and shifter from a lot of these other more serious books that I've been reading. I'm also reading A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this is book 2 in the Blood and Ash series. I read From Blood and Ash back in February, and I really enjoyed it, and this is book 2 in that series, and I'm enjoying this so far. I'm reading it right now for Kiernan, the character Kiernan. He's my favorite so far, but I am enjoying this book so far, and can't wait to get on to book 3, which I'll talk about in just a minute. I'm still reading Wildcat. Hopefully I'll finish that this week, by J.P. Harker, and I'm enjoying this so far. I think it's sitting at like a 3 right now. I'm enjoying it, but I can't wait to see where that story goes. And I am also reading the ebook of The Beantown Girls, which is a historical fiction book about World War II and the Red Cross girls that went over to England and France during the war and served donuts and coffees to soldiers to kind of boost morale. And I'm really enjoying this book so far. It's a Kindle Unlimited book, so I can read it on my Kindle and I can listen to the audiobook when it's time for audiobooks. So I'm enjoying that balance, and it's a nice kind of, just like Jingo, it's a nice palate cleanser compared to the other books that I'm reading because it's totally different. So it gives me kind of a breath of fresh air amongst all of this really epic, dense, fantasy, serious books that I'm reading. My next read, after I finish A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, I'm told I want to go straight into book 3, which I now have, thank you to my friend Sharon at Sharon Dwyer, The Crown of Gilded Bones. I can't wait to see what happens in book 3. I'm already hearing great things by friends that are reading it, so I can't wait to go into this after Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. And then after I finish Jingo, I'm going to be going into the Return of the Sorcerer, which is going to be a buddy read with Christy Lewis Dostoevsky in space, and I can't wait to read this. This is a book of short stories, if I remember right, and we're going to be doing a live show later in May with Christy on this book, and I can't wait to get into it. This will be a nice kind of pacer for me. Since it's short stories, I can read like one at a time and slip them in between my other reads when I can. So that's my reading for this week and coming up. Let me know what you've been reading this week, what looking forward to reading next week. As always, Patreon and Discord information will be in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.